Thank you. First question to General Fenton, and this is about the Naval Small Craft Instruction and Technical Training School, NAVCIATS, which provides training to foreign forces on small boat operations and unmanned aerial systems. The annual operating cost is $14.8 million, and that is divided across multiple stakeholders, including the Navy, SOCOM, and our foreign partners. So, General Fenton, let me ask you, do you agree with General Richardson, the commander of Southcom, who said the school generates outside return on investments? Ukrainian troops were being trained there last year when President Putin launched his unprovoked and illegal attacks on their country. Do you agree, sir, that NAVCIATS provides value to our combatant commanders and key foreign military partners?
Senator, thank you for that question. I am absolutely familiar with this NAVCIATS as you refer to. I was more familiar with it when I was in Indo-PACOM as a deputy commander, and there I saw value in that type of training. And I will say in many types of training, certainly, and we thank this committee for a number of efforts that SOCOM has at its disposal in terms of 333, the 1202, and 127 Echo, that increase the capability of our forces and create partnerships in the way that we need those partnerships, and in SOCOM we call those partnerships pacing items.
And $14.8 million is a relatively modest investment. Would you agree?
Senator, I'm not familiar with the budget. I am familiar, again, with the type of training that NAVCIATS produces.
Okay, well, so we've established that there is value there, so I appreciate that. Let me turn then to General Nakasone. Tell us about cyber in support of our Ukrainian allies and the Russian use of cyber in support of their illegal and aggressive invasion of Ukraine.
Senator, the story begins on the 3rd of December, 2021, when we deployed a hunt forward team to Kyiv. That began a 70-day journey for us to ensure that Ukraine was at a much higher state of cyber readiness. As you know, we saw early attacks on specific Ukrainian sites within their government, and we also saw continued attacks as the invasion approached. What we were able to do during that time was work with a series of partners to bring the tools and technology to Ukraine that was able to assist them as Russia conducted continued attacks. We continue today with support to a number of different combatant commands, U.S. European Command on the training mission for Ukraine, also to U.S. Strategic Command as we take a look at ensuring that our NC3 network, our Nuclear Command and Control and Communications Network, is the top and most important network and is fully secure. As we move forward, we continue full spectrum operations with a series of partners to include Ukraine to provide them assistance as they battle the Russians.
Okay. Do you expect Russia is able to intensify new capabilities in a spring offensive this year?
From the cyber perspective, we're watching this very carefully, Senator. They are a very capable adversary. We continue to work very tightly with our other partners within the U.S. government, CISA, FBI, to ensure that our U.S. critical infrastructure is protected, and NATO in general to ensure that they're aware of the tradecraft that the Russians might use. Okay,
Secretary Mayer, what more do you need? You were asked and you said you need to add staff, and then you need more attention to the leadership billets. Do you have what you need in terms of funding right now to do this and to deal with your enormous challenges? If we give you the same amount you got this fiscal year with an inflation adjustment, will that be enough?
So, Ranking Member, speaking just to my specific office, I think we are probably on a good pathway just in terms of funding. I already highlighted some of the other requirements. In terms of the entire special operations enterprise, I think our priorities are represented, understanding full well that the challenge with inflation means that if our budget is flat, that reduces our buying power. So that's something we'll need to keep a close eye on, sir.
And yet you need additional staff, and you need increased leadership billets.
Yes, sir. So I think we're on a good trajectory with the leadership billets. We're part of that conversation in the department. I think, especially in out years, we're going to need to add more staff to build that capability to really help this transition I've described from counterterrorism crisis response to also include the peer competition that we've talked about, and I expect we'll talk about more, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Wicker.